Hello, Conserving 915 friends and family. This is Ruben Rios. I'm here with Mr. Bauman. He's one of our two candidates facing off in the runoff. Election is on May 26th, right, Mr.
Yes.
Bauman? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Bauman. I'm a conservative congressional candidate from El Paso, Texas. Been here 26 years. Navy veteran, border patrol career, small business owner.
All right. Thank you, Adam. So we're going to go ahead and run some questions by you real quick. We had Manny earlier, so we're going to ask you, both of you guys, we asked him 10 questions. We're going to ask you the exact same ones. And that way voters can know a little bit more about you. I heard there's going to be a low voter turnout. So that's what I've been hearing from the Republican circles, and that's obviously not a good thing, you know? So we want more people to go out there and vote, get their votes out, learn about your candidates, and let's see if we can get a big turnout out there. I would love to see that. Voting is May the 26th. Early voting starts on Monday the 18th, and it runs to the 24th, right? 22nd. Alrighty. So early voting from the 18th to the 22nd, and the actual voting day is on the 26th. And all right, so here we go. We're gonna ask Mr. Bauman the first question, and this is on having economic opportunity in our city, El Paso, Texas. So the first question is, what specific steps would you take to strengthen El Paso's economy, particularly for working families and small business?
Yeah, so to strengthen our economy, we need to have more high-tech jobs in the area, more manufacturing, larger businesses per se. And to go along with those, we need to make sure that our kids our children that come up are educated on how to work these jobs. If these companies are getting federal tax grants, that we need to have some type of hire El Pasoans first for these jobs that they're applying for.
All right, definitely. Border and immigration policy, which is one of your strong points. I know you were a border patrol agent, right? All right. So this next question is, how do you believe Congress should balance border security with human immigration practices that reflect our border communities' reality?
Yeah, so border security, I mean, the laws are already in the books. We need to continue to enforce the laws that are already approved through Congress. Paired with a humane immigration system or immigration laws, there's always talk about reforming the laws, but if we could add, faster asylum cases, maybe it takes more immigration judges, but to process these cases and get people that are actually approved through the asylum process in, along with such things as if someone gets married, like a soldier gets married to someone that's not from this country, maybe speed up that process as well, because it takes a long time.
Yeah, and I guess something that I would say, well, you agree with proper vetting, right? Like making sure, we need to make sure who's coming in.
Absolutely, that's key. I mean, we can't be letting people that we don't know their backgrounds.
Right. All right. So cost of living, man, that's something a lot of people are like, hey, you got to ask these guys that, everyone's going through it.
Right.
I know everyone's having a hard time right now filling up their gas tank, buying groceries and things like that. So this is our next question. Many El Paso residents struggle with the high cost of housing, food, and healthcare. What legislative solutions would you champion to address all these concerns and pressures?
The housing prices have gone up, and that's not just El Paso, that's everywhere. I think to afford these houses, we need some better first-time buyer programs, more access to loans, cheaper. We need to bring down interest rates, and these aren't easy things to accomplish. But anything that I would champion, anything that would actually lowers those.
Awesome. All right. Healthcare access. How would you improve healthcare? And I know this is a tough one because there's healthcare as well. It's gone up and higher every day, and it seems like a lot of employees are paying more and getting less. So it's just one of those things as well. So how would you improve healthcare for veterans, low-income families, and residents in underserved areas along the border?
Yeah, healthcare is an issue, and it's a broad topic. Mm-hmm. Bringing down healthcare costs, especially for insurance programs, we need more competition. We don't have enough competition out there to bring down rates. VA, veterans, we do need more access to VA healthcare. A lot of PTSD and mental health issues that we need to have our veterans access to. Low income residents, sometimes they rely on community health centers. Champion for increasing funding for that, so our local residents still continue to get the access that they need.
Yeah, and that's and that's a really, really tough one. I know some people don't have health insurance. Sometimes they wait till the last minute to go see a doctor, and you know what? People do their best, but yeah, that's definitely a big deal. So the next one, infrastructure is a big deal in El Paso. I've seen our roads crumbling. I talked about this earlier. I know on I-10, there's some mini potholes that can be dangerous, especially when you're driving 60 miles an hour. Those can be dangerous. So this is one thing on infrastructure and federal funding. What major infrastructure and transportation priorities should El Paso focus on, and how would you secure federal funding for them?
So a lot of these issues, that the city puts through the Metropolitan Planning Organization. They put these jobs into what El Paso needs, and federal funding gets approved. Like you said, our roads are in bad shape, especially in certain areas.
Yeah.
We have they are expanding, the border highway, which is a plus. That is backed up. But yeah, I think we need further work done.
Yeah, definitely our roads, man. I know. Oh, sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No, it goes back to what jobs and what companies are in here. We have a ton of semi trucks.
Oh yeah.
They put a lot of weight on the roads. These companies should be paying, and I don't know if they are, but something you can look into.
Yeah.
Should be paying their fair share.
Right.
To fix our roads.
Yeah, no, what I was gonna say earlier, I was talking to another candidate. I was saying how before, some of my relatives from Mexico would come over and they're like, "Man, we love driving on your roads. They're so smooth. There are no potholes." And I would say, "Hey guys, we're catching up to you instead of them catching up to us." We definitely need to take care of our infrastructure.
In addition to that, our ports of entry.
Oh yeah.
El Paso is a key trade corridor, and we haven't had a lot of work done on our ports of entry in quite some time. Modernization of them, I think, is key.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of wait times at our borders.
Right.
So I think that could help.
And you know what? When you said that right now, I know I work way on the east side by Horizon, and driving over here at 3:34 every day, that by the Spaghetti Bowl, that is dangerous.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's it backs up all the way to Reynolds.
Yeah, and even if you're not going to Mexico, even if you're just trying to find your way to the northeast,
right.
I mean, you get stuck behind the traffic. You could be there for at least 30-40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's really bad. All right, another one. Going to our next question. Bipartisanship and leadership. And I understand this is a hard question because I like to think I'm a hard conservative. Sometimes it's hard to find common ground with the far left. So it is, and I'm just saying from my experience. So yeah. So can you share an example of how you would work across party lines, as hard as it might be, to deliver results for the people of El Paso?
So I think when it comes to working with people across party lines, you need to build relationships, and it doesn't start when the problem occurs. Right? You need to be building relationships from the time you get there. I'm a people person. I love talking to people. I'm fairly easy to get along with.
Yeah.
I think that once you find common ground on certain things, for an example, it's like the VA healthcare. It's not rocket science. We both agree that we need better VA healthcare, and I think that would be a good example to that.
Yeah, and you know, you are easy to get along with. I know you're one of the candidates that I talked to the most. There was 7 of us. I talked to all of them because I'm also a people person. But you know what? You were always a nice guy. And I really appreciate that. I remember one time I didn't have a wireframe for my sign, and you gave me one. So yeah, you are a nice guy, man. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And the next one, bipartisanship and leadership. We already got that one. So, education and our workforce. What investments or reforms are needed to better prepare El Paso students and workers for tomorrow's jobs?
So we have a lot of, the big thing is AI, right?
Yeah.
AI, everything's driven AI, and there's a lot of talk about how AI is going to push out a lot of different occupations.
Yeah.
The ones that are going to stay, that I foresee, is the trade jobs, the HVAC, the plumbing. Those can't be taken by AI. Those require actual skill. We need to make sure that we have back to the trade schools for our students. Make sure they're accessing high schools. You're a teacher.
Yeah.
They have those programs and.
Yeah, they have those, and actually those are very. I think those are very important trade alternatives. Because this is what I always tell people as a teacher. Sometimes we expect for all kids to go to college. you know what? Not everyone's made for college, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. We need builders. You know what? I always say my dad was a builder. You know what? And those are trades that the very important trades as well. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. We need to keep up with the trades and stuff like that. Yeah.
You know, it requires federal tax dollars to get like Western Tech, schools like that.
Yeah.
More funding and create more. I think it'd be.
Yeah, some kids don't want to spend another 4 years out of high school, man, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Those are good paying jobs.
Yeah, yeah, and very important jobs as well. Yeah. All right, next one. National security. I know you know a lot about this. It's probably one of your strong points. Border communities often face national scrutiny, and you know we do. How would you ensure national policy decisions reflect the actual needs and values of El Paso?
Everything goes back to knowing your constituents and knowing your district. Having an ear of what how everybody feels about certain topics. Talking to people, holding forums, knowing what's going on in your district, and then having that information on the national level when decisions are made. That's how you're going to have better input for your district.
Yeah, definitely, and having easier access to you. I know a lot of people get elected and we never hear from them. You know, they promise all these things and then they disappear. You can't get a hold of people.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely. And this is my next question. Accessibility from your constituents. How will you maintain transparent communication and accountability with residents once you're in office?
You know, once in office, I mean, open forums regularly. Obviously, we'll have an office here in El Paso as well. Having that access to anybody that needs a come in or make an appointment.
Yeah.
When I am in town, I think it's very important to get out in the community.
You can come visit me every now and then and
Absolutely.
talk to people.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, that's the one complaint that I do hear. There's nobody's around. Right?
Yeah.
So I want to be that person that does go around, goes to community events, and gets out there.
Yeah, and I know also there's a lot of politicians that when they're going to have community events, they kind of check out who's coming in. If you're not going to agree with someone or you're going to come up there and give them a point that they disagree with, they make sure that hey, don't let this guy in. Right. You know what I mean? They kind of censor you before you're even in the building. So
right.
Yeah, sometimes I would say sometimes you need to hear the perspective of even people that you don't agree with.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, because that's how better decisions and ideas occur.
Yeah, definitely. Personal motivation. I think this is a real important question. You know, everyone does things for different reasons, and you know, voters want to know what made you decide to run for Congress now, and what core values will guide your decision if you're elected.
You know, I served in the Navy, served in the Border Patrol. I continue to serve with a small business here in El Paso. I enjoy serving. I'm not happy with what I see going on with our current congressional leader. I think I can do a better job. I think I can be there for El Pasoans and put El Paso issues first in all aspects. There's a lot of congressional oversight that isn't occurring that I just truly believe that I can be out there and be more effective for El Paso. Yeah. The values that I run off of are honor, courage, and commitment. You know, having the courage to stand up for what's right, even though it may not be the popular thing, and just be committed to doing what your district needs to get done.
Yeah, we need someone with integrity up there. And you know what? I would say we had some good candidates, but yeah, we need someone with integrity. I think an important part is, you know, we can't take care of the whole world. I think our citizens come first. I mean, congressmen are paid to represent people that can vote for you.
Exactly.
So to me, that's an important thing that, you know, we need to put El Paso first. So you know what, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You know what, I appreciate you coming over here. I know we had a hard time going back and forth. I know you're busy. I did run for 3 months, so I know how these things go. You know, we get busy. But if you want to let our voters know, why should they vote for you? Again, the primary voting day is on the 26th. Early voting starts on Monday, and it runs. Is that through Thursday, Adam?
It is through 18th, 19th, 20. It's through Friday.
Through Friday, yeah. So it's very important. So, Mr. Bauman, I'll let you know why you should go vote for him.
Yeah. So I'm a Navy veteran. I've served in the military. I'll be an advocate for all veterans' issues, healthcare, disability. A lot of our disabled vets don't even know that they're eligible for certain healthcare. Prior Border Patrol, I've spent a career on this border here in El Paso. I know what it takes, the technology we need, the border patrol agents that we need. And I just enjoy serving, and I can guarantee that I'll be the best representative that El Paso has seen.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Mr. Bauman. Thank you for making it out here. Again, this is Ruben Rios. I will keep this up. I know I had my podcast for a while, and then when I started running for Congress, I kind of gave that up. But I will continue again. I will be interviewing candidates and keeping up with topics going on in El Paso. So don't forget to go out and vote, May the 26th.
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, El Paso.